warm weather. Just kidding. The Cayman Invitation fits well with my schedule, and it's a privilege to be here to support Sydney. I'm very happy and proud of her that she's giving back to the sport by putting on this meet. So Sydney and all the people who is involved with her. So thank you guys for having this meet for us.
Hello. As for me, yeah, I heard a lot of good things about this meet. You know, this is third year. And I know Jenny, a training partner of mine, she came and competed here along with Christy, and I heard about how the two of them, you know, came up to a good race, came down to the line. It was great competition. So I said, you know, I want to be a part of that. I hadn't been here before, and also I heard that the hotel was in a wonderful location, you know, so really, you know, just to make this a part of, you know, the middle of your season, just to say, you know, it's relaxing, but it's, you know, just time to get down to business. So I really want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what everyone is saying. You know, the Cayman Islands is beautiful, and I think anytime you get an opportunity to come here, you want to jump on it. And of course, I know that we all love Sidonie, and she's just a great example for the sport and giving back to her own community. And it's just definitely a lot of fun to be able to be a part of that.
For me, this is my third time here. Sidonie is a very close friend of mine, so you know, we have her here when she had this meet. You know, I always make sure I pencil it to be here just to support her because you know she always been there for me, and you know it's just a relaxing environment just to compete because you know we don't get to compete too much in the Caribbean, so for us, you know, it's a great opportunity.
I would have to agree with everything everyone here said. I came to the very first meet, the one in 2012, and I absolutely fell in love with the island and just the crowd and everything. So I absolutely signed up to be back.
All right, so let me follow up with this. The first 2 years, I think it's been the men's 100 runners that have really been kind of like touted. 2 years ago it was Johan and Blake. Last year it was Usain Bolt, and everybody's excited about that meet. Do any of you ever feel any pressure to show up and say, hey, we can put on just as good of a show as your male counterparts?
Well, for me, I don't necessarily feel the pressure of that. I feel like our performances, for me, the performances, you know, speak for themselves. You know, if you go out there and you perform, put on a great show, you know, you have your fans, you know that people, if they showed up to a track and field event, they want to see everyone compete, although they may be there for this big event. You know, they sit in those stands and they want a good show. So for me, I take pride in saying, I'm here to perform. They want to see great performances. I put in hard work, and I want to put it out there. So.
I think Dawn covered for all of us.
Yeah.
Allyson, how was your leg?
I'm feeling really good. It's been, you know, ups and downs along the way back, and recently I have had some soreness and tightness in my hamstring. So I'm just dealing with that and being cautious and just being careful as I make my way back to the track.
So just to clarify, for how many of you is this your first outdoor meet of the season?
This is my first outdoor meet.
And so this is your first meet since the World Champ, the indoor?
Correct, yeah.
All right, so how do your preparations go? How do you, I guess, transfer from the indoor season where you're at the top level of the Indoor World Championships to Cayman Invitational?
It's been a little ups and downs. After competing indoors, I had having tightness in my glutes, my hamstrings, and I've been working on that, and I actually finally start getting a break. So I feel good about it, and going to the race, my objective is just to put a good race together and finish healthy and continue to progress for the rest of the season. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that I have the opportunity to compete tomorrow.
Yeah, is anybody going, are any of you competing in the American Track League? And do you have any comments on the concept of the American Track League? They had a meeting in Bloomington last week.
I don't think, I guess, is anyone? No? Okay, yeah, so I don't think any of us are, but I think that just as an American, I think that is a great idea. I know that everyone really loves to compete where they're from and, get to perform in front of, a home crowd and home fans. So I think the idea is great, and hopefully, they'll have a lot of success.
Thank you. All right, so going off of that question, for the Caribbean contingency here, Ms. Campbell-Brown, you mentioned you don't get to participate in the Caribbean all that often. So what does it mean to you to come and run here, participate here?
It means a lot. The support in the Caribbean is normally great. They're normally tremendous. The energy from the Caribbean people I normally enjoy, and so anytime that I can compete in front of I normally say my Caribbean people, I'm very happy and honored to do that. And I just love competing, but it just feels different when I'm competing in the Caribbean.
And what about for you?
You said Veronica, so I was expecting that. No, for me, it's always great when you can get to show the people that support you so many times that can't come to Jamaica sometime or go somewhere else to see you compete, just to be in front of them and, just to interact with them maybe after your race or before your race. It's always great.
Do you have any races scheduled at Ponce or BVI? Any of you taking part in those meets?
Not fun to say, no.
Okay.
No.
I guess for Muriel, you finished second in the 60, right, at the World Indoors?
Yes.
So how has your outdoor season been progressing so far? And I guess what are your expectations for what you're able to do outdoor this season?
Well, this year for me is mostly about trying to put both races together, the 100 and 200 meters. I've had some problems in the past with my 100 meters, so I've been working very hard and trying to put together the perfect race finally. So that's been a challenge, but things are progressing well. I was recently back home in my country, in Ivory Coast, and I was able to run in front of my home crowd, and that was fantastic. Just like these girls feel so blessed to be able to run in the Caribbeans, I got the same energy, so it was really good.
Ladies, I have one question for you all. I'm going to keep my newspaper. Just a quick question. Where do you all go to from here? What are your next stops going down the line? Where are you going to go?
For me, I run in Shanghai next for the 400 meters, so that's my next stop.
My next stop will be this Saturday in Guadalupe, so I'm keeping a tight schedule for this week.
I know, right? From here, I go on to Shanghai and then to Beijing.
From here, I go on to Shanghai.
From here, I go on to Eugene.
Did any of you participate in the Bodden festivities over the weekend?
No, I wasn't here. I would have gone.
And I just want to ask a question, ladies. As far as for this season and your goals, what are some of the things you want to accomplish by the start of next year?
For me, I definitely want to get better technically. I want to be able to put my phases better in the 100 meter. I realize that over the years, if I hit one phase, maybe I've never hit all three phases. Sorry, and I just want to make sure I'm just working on that this year. There is no major championship, so to speak. So I just want to make sure I work on getting better at the 100 meter.
I would have to agree with what Veronica said. It's just all about, since it is an off year for me. I mean, I do have the African Championships this summer, but no World Championships. So it would be working on my weaknesses and trying to finally get my 100 meter together.
You're getting the 100 meter together?
I know. Well, getting my phases.
No, sorry, not
Yeah, I'm going to run the 100 this year. No, it's always, just trying to work on the 400, a little bit, trying to get my times done and just have fun with it.
Well, I guess for the hurdles, it kind of falls in line with what some of them are saying. It's always something new to work on and something, like you may have a good start, but then it's like, oh, the second hurdle wasn't so smooth. I have 10 times that I'm trying to, reach perfection. And so, that can obviously be hard. So at practice, it's really been just a journey of staying in my lane, staying focused, and executing. This year, all I'm telling myself is execution. So, I just really want to go run great times and just be very, very, very competitive this year.
And for me as well, I want to work on my races, definitely technique-wise, and also just have a healthy year, a year that I can build on for the coming World Championships and Olympic Games. And so that's the most important thing, is just to get through healthy and have a really solid year.
I was late, my apologies. I'm not sure what has been asked, but can you guys give maybe some advice for our local athletes that are striving to be where you are?
My advice to the local athletes of Cayman would be, the first thing I normally tell athletes, you have to work hard what you do. And sometimes training can be very difficult, can be painful at times, but you have to push through all that you're feeling in training. You have to keep that positive head, you gotta be strong and know what you want, and just keep working out your goals. And even if you fail at accomplishing a time that you want to run, just continue, or jump, throw, whatever it is, just continue working at it. You can reach. You just have to, perseverance is key in everything we do, and that's how I look at life, track and field, or just life. Just never give up, just keep going at it. Even if I fail a million times, I'm going at it. So that's what I tell the youngsters, just keep working.
Something that I like to tell youngsters is to never take your gift for granted. If you have a gift, of running, jumping, hurdling, throwing, don't take it for granted, because you just never know. Injuries, they're going to happen. You're going to have your ups and downs, but you don't want to, just have a moment where you're just like, oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, this is getting on my nerves. And then, your gift could possibly be taken from you. So just know that every day you wake up, every day you step on that track, enjoy it, put your best foot forward every single time, and you won't have any regrets.
Well, I know a lot of us got to spend some time with some of your youth, and they're very well behaved, and they were very impressive and a lot of fun, and got to speak to some of them this morning as well. And so I would just encourage them to continue on, be dedicated, but embrace the journey, have fun along the way. And they may not end up, going into professional track and field. They may be doctors or lawyers or whatever it might be, but I think the lessons that you learn from sport about just work ethic and time management and all those things are just amazing things to learn. And so I just encourage them to have fun and just continue on.
Yeah, for me it's always, just to encourage them just to work hard, never give up. We're gonna have roadblocks in the way, no matter what our journey is, no matter where we face, but it's more how we get over those roadblocks is having those positive people in your life just to always encourage you, always push you beyond what you think you're capable of doing. And that's what I always encourage them, just have those person in your life just to encourage you, keep you going, never give up.
The biggest thing that I tell people would be just staying true to yourself, number one, and then number two would be never doubt yourself, and you don't have to be, you could be good no matter where you're from. Like for me, being from Africa and running, it's not, in my country, sprinting is not a very, very big thing. So you don't have to be from big nations or big places to be successful. So it's hard work, perseverance, like all those girls talked about, and just believing in yourself and staying true to yourself as well.
We have two questions. First off, for all ladies, considering this is an off year, when does training actually, or serious training begin for major events? And then for Allyson, you mentioned earlier that you are going to run the 400 meters next. is this actually your preparation for more competitive games, possibly at other major that time?
Well, training began last November. I mean, it's been quite some time since I'm sure everyone. So even though there's not a major championship year, I think you still approach it the same, and you still have the same amount of training before. And for me, this year I will run a few more 400s, and I feel like it's a great time to explore that event. It's a great time to learn it a little bit more. Can always improve in it. For me, there's just, I think experience is the big thing that I need, and so the more I run it, the more I learn, and so I'm definitely going to take advantage of it during this off year.
Well, for me and Allyson, we're training partners, so it's definitely along the same lines of starting in November. You approach it the same because you still, for me, I mean, I still have goals for this year. Wanting to approach it. If I'm going to step on the track, I want to be the best that I can be. So I know that my coach is on the same, mindset and same wavelength as me. So yeah, I know that now. That meets are here. Training has been bumped up, and it's time to roll. So just now it's about just continuing that and making adjustments and continuing to push. For later in the season, June, July.